In this video, I'm going to show you how to do something crazy, a long exposure panorama, where every photo is a 30-second exposure, how I shoot it, there's a few tricks, how to stitch it to get an amazing result. And I'm also going to show you how to search the light at night. We're in Miami. This is the third day of this Cityscape Masterclass Miami edition, day number 3. We are in Brickell City Center, which is one of the most upscale, modern part of Miami, trying to find amazing composition, things that I can sell in galleries. So come and follow me and let's do some amazing cityscape together. Okay, so this is a spot I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's in the mall at Brickell City Center, and it's kind of a cool view of Miami. But I just took the shot. Look at this, it's boring. So we're gonna come back at night. We're gonna go to the Brickell Park Island right now, maybe do a sunset shot and come back here, do a night shot. You know, photography is all about riding the light. Right now, the light is boring. I don't know if they allow tripods because I want to do long exposure here. We're gonna try, see, maybe we fight with security, we'll see, and get the shot. I brought the tripod with me. Right now, we're gonna go to the island. So we're going to this Brickell State Park Island. I've never been. I've seen one photo that was good. We have no idea, maybe it's gonna be a mess, but there's gonna be a beautiful sunset. We wanna get there now, and we'll find out sometime. You know, life is an adventure. This area, as far as I know, is very upscale. Like every condo is like $2 to $4 million. It's, you know, they close at sunset, and but I feel there's a photo there somewhere. What I'm hoping for, and maybe over there we can do it, there's some palm trees, is like palm tree in the foreground, buildings in the background, like view of the city. Not just the building. I don't like photos when you only have buildings. I like when there's a frame in a frame, a foreground, a leading line, something, you know, and right now, this could be something over there. One thing I don't like is when you have a leading line that's where your camera is too close, because this is a beautiful leading line. The sun is gonna set there. It looks perfect, but this takes too much space. But this is ugly, and this takes too much space. I don't like this. So maybe if we go over there, we can have the leading line, but it doesn't take 40% of the photo. It just is on the side. So let's try over there. Okay, so we totally failed. We had, this whole thing is closed for constructions, so we're not allowed. I tried to bribe security and they were like, no, you don't have enough money. I was like, okay, fine. And so we're trying to shoot from the other way. It's a failure for now. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do when lightning strikes me? What am I gonna do when, I forgot what the song says. Anyway, we're gonna go across and see what we can do, you know. I'm trying to frame with my phone to see if it works, because we got the palm trees. The light is getting kind of good there. And I'm like, maybe this would work. But I think we have to go on the grass, which is not very authorized. Or maybe it is, let's see. Okay, I kind of like that shot because we got the leading line. It's just there's no building, but maybe with that building, we have a bit of a frame in a frame of that building. That could be kind of cool. Now I have to see with the camera what it's like. So this could be a framing. I kind of like that with the building there and the leading line. Or like this. That's kind of cool. Let's move that way. So I kind of like that, but I want to have the leading line with the palm tree, so I'm going to go further down. I also like the frame in the frame of both trees. Right now I'm just taking photos. They're not great because I don't have an ND on, so there's no long exposure. Water is very troubled. I don't like this. And the light is not perfect yet. So we're gonna wait for the light and we're gonna put on an ND filter, but first I gotta find the shot. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm putting on an ND10, and because I like the rocks, they're pretty dark, which is good because white rocks drag the attention of the eyes. The eyes goes to the brightest part of the photo. These rocks are pretty dark, so they act as like a bottom, as like a frame for the photo. The only thing is the water is not great. I want to get the reflection of the sky. So right now, I'm gonna go to like 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds. Make sure you always use a self timer. You never want to touch your camera when you don't long exposure, never. Because it's gonna give you a blurry shot. So right now, 2 seconds, I'm at 20 seconds, 7.3, amazing clouds. And the good thing is with long exposure is you can get nice reflection. Sometimes the water, but if you push it 20 seconds, the water becomes much more reflective, which is what we want. So let's see here. Ooh, sexy. But I think it'll be better if I shoot it that way, because that way I can get more of the sky. Right now I don't have enough of the sky, so what I'm gonna do is this is why you want to have an L bracket, $45 on Amazon. You can just go like this, and boom. I still get the rocks, I still get everything, but I get the beautiful sky with a long exposure. I think I'm gonna push it to 30-second, and then I'm gonna go to ISO 50. By going to ISO 50, I can do longer exposure. Right now it's still very bright. Let's go. So what I end up doing is a pano, and what I do is I double tap. If you double tap on the pano, yeah, you can zoom in. I wanna make sure it's super sharp. Okay, so that's photo number 1. And then photo number 2, I'm gonna double tap and make sure it's sharp, perfect. Here's photo number 3 and photo number 4. See, it's a pano. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. And you always wanna make sure that everything is sharp. Oh, it's super tag sharp. And that way I'm gonna stitch that. I love how the water is flat. I love how we get the pink clouds, you know, and I think I'm gonna wait a little more so that we have a bit more contrast, but that's gonna be a great shot with the framing of the rocks. Mwah, it's gonna be amazing. So I did a panel 1, 2, 3, 4, because I wanted to get the rocks, I wanted to get the whole panel. We have incredible clouds tonight. I wanted the water to be flat, and I'm gonna retouch it like using my golden hour preset. And by the way, you know, I'm doing this coaching. I have this program called the Institute of Photography. It's a coaching program that I do where I coach one-on-one photographers. I have a few spots next week. I'd love to see you work. The whole idea is to make you an award-winning photographer. I had a guy named JT, he got 38 international awards after finishing the Institute. I love this coaching program. If you want, I'd love to see you next week. Just book a call with me and my team. I'd love to see you work. Okay, so one of the tricks to do a long exposure panorama, because you know I'm shooting with a 24-70 2.8, so 24 is not very wide, and I used to have the 12-24 with Sony. I don't have it anymore because it's very blurry on the outside. So what I do is I go at 24, I like to go like this. That's why I have an L bracket, and I make sure that, you know, because it's a long exposure, so I have the ND filter on, you know, I make sure I'm on a 2-second timer. I take one photo, and I make sure that the second photo is overlapped by at least 25 to 30%. Okay, so, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I try to rotate like this. The best way to rotate usually is to put your thumb there and to rotate around that axis. But, you know, with all the AI feature in Lightroom, we'll get around that panorama, no problem. If we're missing a bit of pixel, the AI will replace it for us. But that should give us a really nice panorama. I shot it just 5 minutes earlier when the sky was very, very pink. Now the pink is gone. And then we're gonna go and shoot from the mall, and we're gonna call it a day. So I'm, before security kicks me out, I'm taking a photo on the tripod. I think they're not allowed. And I don't need a filter because it's getting really dark. So I'm shooting like this, and I'm gonna shoot like this. I love this view. And I'm shooting like at f13, 10 seconds. I'm trying to get car motions. It's getting dark already. It's like, it's almost game over. Okay. All right, so we did not get kicked out by security. He was watching his phone. And so this is good. I don't know, maybe tripods are allowed, I have no idea. I try to respect this. Let's go in Lightroom and see what we got. All right, now so I want to show you how to stitch this photo. So as you can see, as I showed you in the video, these are 30-second f6.3 ISO 50 thanks to the ND filter. We started getting some really interesting colors in the sky. So you've got 4 photos, you select them all 4. You know, I made sure I was overlapping by 25%. You go to Photo Merge Panorama. And when you come to Photo Merge Panorama, you've got 3 types of stitching. Cylindrical, which is this one, spherical, and then perspective. I like to use perspective as much as possible because I find you get a better horizon. I know it looks weird here and there, but I'm really gonna cut it here. Also make sure that fill edge is click so that the AI is gonna fill in all the missing data, and we're gonna click on merge. And that's gonna make the full raw file become one huge raw file where you can make a huge print. And now we're gonna retouch it. Okay, here we are. So now I'm going to go to the develop module and let's retouch this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the shadow. I'm going to bring down the highlights. Let me make my screen a bit brighter. Yes, my screen was not bright enough. I'm going to hold on the option key. So if you're on a Mac, it's the option key. If you are on the Windows, it's the Alt key. But check this out. As soon as you hold this and you move the black slider, you can see here what we want to have is about, I want to say a good 1 to 2% of pure black. So what you see in yellow and green and orange are pure black points. You want to have that. And then I'm going to reveal the photo with the white. Okay, we've got some sensor dust, which is very annoying. So I do really want to do a panorama. There's a lot of AI thing going on here. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to make it to a panorama. So I'm going to crop this a lot. I want to get some of the stones and I just want to go right above the building here, there, and making sure I'm kind of straight. So now we've got a nice panorama, which was the whole purpose of this. I want to see if I can make it more straight. So first of all, I want to get rid of all the sensor dust. Look at all the sensor dust. There is this new feature which I love. If you go to dust here, is a new feature that came like a few weeks ago. You click on that and you click on apply. It's going to remove all the dust for you. It's going to analyze your photo and automatically removes all the dust, which is good. Because I was switching lens a lot in Miami and that's, you get this dust. Okay, now there is no more dust. And look at that. Look how many dust it found. 1, 2, 3, 4, all automatically erased. Perfect. I think I want to add a bit more contrast to the photo. Now, let's play around with the white balance. Let's see what daylight is going to give us. Okay, pretty warm. It was getting warm. I think I want to go to shade. Shade is going to make it a lot more. It's too much. Let's go to cloudy. Cloudy and maybe add a little bit of magenta. Because that's how it was to me. Okay, but then we're going to do, I want to make the buildings a bit more straight. So let's go to lens correction here and let's click on remove chromatic aberration on the build profile correction. You never know, it can always help. And let's go to transform here and let's go to auto. Okay, auto is not helping me at all. And that happens a lot. So when auto doesn't help you, what you can do is first play around with rotate. And what you're trying to do is rotate. You see, I want that building to be leaning as much as this one, okay? So I'm looking at both of these buildings, and I want them to lean against each other. And now I'm going to go to vertical and wait for it, boom, vertical. I think that building also is a little crooked or has a little angle because everything else is kind of straight. So I think I'm good there. And the last touch is this new filter, which I love. If you go here and you've got this new landscape feature. I just reinstalled my computer. That's why I get all this help thing. And you go to landscape. And what landscape is going to do, look at this. I made a mistake. There's a bit of white there. We're going to correct that in a second. But that's fine. So what this is going to do, it's going to analyze different parts of the photo. So it's going to analyze the sky in red, the buildings, the vegetation, wow, the water, and the natural ground, which is exactly what I want. And I'm going to create 5 separate masks. I'm going to say create the mask. And okay, for some reason, all the masks, this is an issue you might have. So be careful. The exposure was blown away on this. So I'm looking only at the sky. What do I want the sky? Do I want to make it brighter? I think I want to make the sky slightly darker, maybe a little more warm and magenta. Okay, then I'm going to go to the buildings. For some reason, by default, the exposure was turned on. I want to make them, you know what I usually do on buildings? I usually just add a little bit of clarity. Okay, and then it just makes the building really pop. And then vegetation, you see again, it added a bit of exposure. So you double click to cancel that. Vegetation, there's not much, but I'm going to add a bit more green on the vegetation and a bit more exposure, very slightly. Okay, so the tree, I mean, you can hardly see it. The water, same thing, double click to bring this back to neutral. I just think I want to add a bit more blue to the water. Just not so much, but a bit more blue. And do we want to go brighter? Yeah, I think I want to go a little brighter on the water. And the natural ground, which is the rocks, I think on this one I want to make them darker. Okay, and that way, look at this. Before all the dodge and burn, before, after, we totally changed the colors how I want it. And okay, I got to make sure I'm cropping this right. Let's now. Now a little more pano, and I'm good. Then look at that. That's pretty decent panorama, long exposure. I love doing long exposure panorama. Really quick, I'm going to show you a few more photos. This one. So for the next one, I'm going to use my presets, which are the presets I use every day. I give them for free. You go to File, Import, Develop Profile, and Preset. The reason I'm giving them for free is I have this coaching program which you can book a call on, and I'm hoping you're going to come. So I'm giving you the black and white preset. They're amazing preset. You just click, select, and here they are. So on this one, I'm going to use the Blue Hour preset, AI Blue Hour, or AI Night. Ooh, I think I'm going to go on Blue Hour because it's Blue Hour. It's a bit too much. And so when you use a preset, you just hold on the Option key like I showed you. You make sure the black point is about 1 or 2%. That's good. White point is good. And then, you lower a little, then you adapt the exposure. This is not a pano. It was just a one photo. And then, just adapt the white balance. But look at that. Just a couple of clicks, you get that. And then this one, that was the one I shot from the mall. It's very iconic Miami. I'm going to use the night preset on this one. Boom, one click. I'm going to check my black point. Okay, my white point, I should be good. Maybe even let's make it a bit more blue, but look at that. Look at that. Okay, make sure you book a call so that we can see your photos. The link is under this video, and I'll see you in another video. Mesdames et messieurs, au revoir.